It's break time, so I might as well make a video. Let's get this light on. But changing the oil on the Ford Escape, and there's a little bit of a tick when this engine is cold. So I thought I saw a loose bolt on the back of the header there from underneath, and I tried to reach up there with a socket, a couple of little extensions, these little quarter-inch extensions, and then an adapter, and then like a 13 millimeter or something. And it dropped down in there and got stuck. So I've been spending like the last hour taking apart of the top end of this Escape, little plastics, that go there in the air dam or whatever you want to call it, around the windshield wipers. The can't think of the word for it right now. The cowl, taking the cowl off. That's it. It all comes out to about here, so it reveals a lot more of the engine when you take it apart. And then I just had to take part of the intake charge pipe off because I needed to get this heat shield off. So to take loosen the coolant line and bend it out of the way, and I've just now got to it. And there it is, right here. I already see it. I can see it through the camera. Am I almost there? Here it is. I dropped that up there about an hour ago. It is even the right size. It is. That one doesn't fit. It just seemed like. Let's see. Is that loose? Oh yeah, that nut is finger tight. So that is my noise that I've been hearing in the. When I start it goes away. The thing is the tick sound, and it's exhaust tick. And it goes tick, 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 tick. Almost sounds like a lifter tick, but it's not. It was that exhaust tick, and it would go away as soon as you'd start the car. You'd be lucky if it was still ticking within 30 seconds, and then the engine was totally quiet. So let's expand it, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I drive this car really hard when I drive it. Now the wife mostly drives it. So let's see here. Let me get this down there. Oh yeah. I don't know how much. It's probably not a lot of torque, so I'm just snugging it. I'm not even going to bother looking up the torque. That one's really tight. Let's see, that one right there. I don't think that was one. Is there any more? So I bet you it was just that one right here that was loose. So there's one down there. Put a little extension on there, but yeah. Guess I'll do the rest of that off camera. But yeah, all that work. I needed to get to that anyway, so putting back together is usually a lot easier because you know everything goes now. I didn't look at no manual or nothing. So this was a little fun to get out of there. So I'll smash that back down in there. This is just a little 1.6 liter. It's like a large motorcycle engine. 1.6 liter, but it's like 180 plus foot-pounds of torque at like 2,000 or 25 RPM. I think it's 2,000. I believe out of all the EcoBoost engines I've looked up, the 1.6 liter in this generation had its peak torque at the lowest RPM, lower than the 3.5 liter and 2.7 EcoBoosts. I know the 2 liter EcoBoost kicks in, I think it's max torque at 2,500. So I'm pretty sure this one was like 2,000. If I'm wrong, it was like this was 2,500 and the other one was 3,000, but I'm pretty sure it was right around 2,000 or barely above it. It has full torque. And these tires are pretty big for a small SUV. They are. Dang, where are they? 235, 55, 17th. So they're pretty wide. And the torque from this 1.6 liter spools up so quick that it'll just shred those tires. The traction control comes in right away every time you hit the gas, more than just tapping it. If you turn the traction control off, it will just roast the tire through the intersection. So basically it has V6 power, but it makes it even lower than the replacement V6. What this replaces makes the torque even sooner than a bigger engine that it replaces. It comes in so quick. The turbo is tiny though, so it runs out, and I feel like when this engine hits redline, like at 6,000 RPMs or so, that it just feels like a standard 4-cylinder or maybe V6. At that point it doesn't feel special once it revs up. The torque is the benefits, the really low torque, and there's the turbo. It's I know from underneath if you look at it. Let's see here. The exhaust there. See it? That's the exhaust. Right there. It's tiny. Exhaust side of the turbo is so tiny that the center section for the water cooler is as big, if not bigger, than the actual exhaust housing. Yeah, turbo. Just now saw a comment there. How do you get it back up? Oh, here it is. Noticing some of these comments. So, but it's not turbo for like performance. They're turbo to replace a bigger engine with a smaller engine. So, but so the turbos are small. They spool real quick, just like if you get a 3.5 liter EcoBoost F-150. The torque at 3,000 RPMs on one of those suckers will absolutely crush any competitor's V8 or Ford's. The 5 liter Ford, the 6.2 Chevy, the 6.4 liter Hemi, or whatever it is. Torque, especially down low at 3,000 RPMs, cannot touch a twin turbo EcoBoost 3.5 liter in an F-150. It's like 100 foot-pounds more total torque. It's probably like 150 foot-pounds more at 3,000 RPMs than those competitors' V8s. So little turbos, do have their place, but they just don't have anything left to spool at the upper RPM. So then the advantage isn't as much once you get it up to the higher revs. But anyway, so I'm gonna stop this video and get my hand down in there, tighten a couple more nuts. But I thought I'd make a quick live stream while I was taking a break. This thing I've been standing at funny angles on that bucket for like a long time now, and all I did was I just initially was changing the oil on this thing, and that went bad. I spilt the oil. So there's oil under there. I got to clean up with some Yellow Death or Kitty Litter. I saw that nut. Yes, I took a picture of it, so I think so. I'll try to put it on the screen later. I forgot I was live streaming, so this ain't gonna be an edit later. Anyway, yeah, I'm just tired.